my name is Chad Cass. I'm at Acoustic Sounds. Today we're going to talk about some of the Acoustic Sounds Subscription series. In 2002, we started out with the Top 25 Fantasy, which Fantasy at the time, they owned Contemporary, Prestige, Riverside, Pablo, and the Fantasy label. And we reissued 25. I picked what I thought was the 25 top titles from these labels. A lot of Bill Evans, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Art Pepper, Chet Baker, things like this. And we picked the 25 top fantasy titles. That was the first subscription. We pressed 1,000 numbered edition of these records, 45 RPM. Then the first 250 of them, we let people subscribe to the series. So those sold out right away, and the 1,000 sold out right away. And now they're going for hundreds each. So we decided to do another 25. And the same thing happened. The first 250, we let the people continue with their own number. And then we ended up doing 4 sets of 25, which we called it the Fantasy Top 100. So those are pretty much all long gone and gone for hundreds. And then we decided, let's do an Impulse Top 25. And let's do a Verve Top 25. Let's do a Blue Note Top 25. That ended up being 2 sets of Blue Note, a total of 50 Blue Note. And we let 750 people subscribe to the Blue Notes. So pretty much all the sets, the subscription sets of the first 4 Fantasy, which was 100 records, the Verve series, the Impulse series, and the 2 Blue Note series, pretty much all of those are sold out as subscriptions, and we have maybe a few titles of each of those records still available. So then we did, the top 25 Prestige Mono. Those are sold out, going for hundreds. We did them on tip-on jackets, deep groove, flat profile. We tried to make a facsimile of the original with the deep groove, which is very hard to do, and a lot of people don't do it because of obvious reasons, cost, time, and effort. But also the flat profile. So we did the 25 monos, those sold out, and then we did 25 stereo. We have a few sets of those left. So we're going to talk about what we have left. We also did 25 RCA living stereos at 33, set 1, 25, and 25 RCA stereos, set 2, which totals 50, and then we did the 12 of the UK Decca RCAs. We did a set of those. So what we're going to talk about today is what we have left. We've been so busy that we didn't realize we had some of these sets left. So we'll can call this a warehouse find. Again, we've just been busy and selling records, and pretty much everything sold out, and we just didn't really think about it. So it was kind of a good day to find out we had some of these left, because people were really calling us about them. And so we'll talk about the Prestige stereo first. We found a few of these sets left. These records are already going on the secondary market for hundreds of dollars a piece. We're trying to get these repressed. So far, we haven't had any luck. But we do have some sets left if people are interested. But I wouldn't, if you're at all interested, I wouldn't really wait, because we don't have that many. We have a little more than 20. So that's not that many. And these things are very highly desirable. So I'll go through the 25 Prestige stereo. I'll start out with my favorite all-time record, Lightnin' Hopkins, Going Away. It's not only my favorite blues record, it may be my favorite record. This is in the same category as Muddy Waters Folk Singer. He's in the room with you. It's so realistic you can smell his breath. I mean, it's my favorite artist. The sound quality is unbelievable. Love this record. Everybody must own this record. If they heard it, they'll buy it. Promise you. Even if they don't think they like the blues, they would buy this record. Here's some of the other in the set. These are just jackets to show. Eric Dolphy with Booker Little, Jimmy Forrest out of the Forest, Standard Coltrane, ballads by Ornette Cobb, big fat soulful sax in the room, unbelievable. Booker Irvin, Bluesy Burrell, another audiophile classic. If you know the album Midnight Blue, it's in the same quality, same category as the Kenny Burrell Midnight Blue on Blue Note. If you like Midnight Blue on Blue Note, you will love this album. Same style music, same great sound. Classic album. This one was never done in stereo before this release. This was the first Prestige recording in stereo, and it was never released in stereo until Fantasy released the SACD, I think like maybe in 2005 or something. I'm not sure the exact date, and I'm sure somebody will correct me on that in the comments, but not sure the exact date. But when Fantasy released the SACDs is the first time this record ever came out on stereo. This release is the first time it ever came out on stereo on vinyl. So I think this was the first recording that Prestige did in stereo, but they never released it as a stereo record. On this series is the first time this album's been released in stereo. Really important record, great sounding record. A lot of people never mention that, like it's, I think that people overlook the importance of this series we've done, and now that it's getting a lot of recognition as of late, and a lot of people are all of a sudden very, very interested in these records. We appreciate our customers that, they were in early on this, but anyway, sometimes it takes some people a little longer to figure out what the good stuff is, and again, I think this was very important, and somehow a lot of people didn't know that this is the first time it was ever released in stereo. Here's Outward Bound, Eric Dolphy, Booker Irvin, another Booker Irvin, Ornette Cobb, another big fat sax, soulful sax, Lightning Hopkins, Gene Ammons, another great player, sax player. This is another one of my favorite albums. It's a great demo disc in the same category as folk singer. Nervous sounds great. I Got a Razor. The whole thing is just great sound and great music, but really a good demo disc. The Tenor Scene, Eric Dolphy at the 5 spot. Another great demo disc. It's got T-Bone Walker on it. The highlight tracks are Grab Me a Freight and Evening, although every song, every note on this album is great, sounds great. Another top, maybe my top 25 of all time jazz records, Gene Ammons' Boss Tenor, that big fat sax. He's just great, classic record. Another Gene Ammons, The Soulful Moods, another classic, Kenny Durham, Quiet Kenny, Lightning Soul Blues. This was actually a needle drop from the original. The master tape was lost not long after. This master tape was lost before 1970. So we took the original, we did a needle drop, and everybody loves it, and it's amazing how good it sounds. Benny Golson, Eric Dolphy, Out There, and Oliver Nelson, Screaming the Blues. These are the 25 top Prestige we did in stereo. We have about a little bit more than 20 sets available. I'm sure they'll be gone. Then we have some of these sets left. It's 12 of the UK Decca RCAs. These were recorded by Decca for RCA. The first 10 years of their release, RCA had the rights and sold them. After 10 years, it reverted back to Decca. So the Bizet, Witch's Brew, which goes for about $1,000, the original. Royal Ballet, the same thing. This goes for probably $1,500, the original. Venice, this got the die-cut jacket, very deluxe, very valuable jacket with a booklet in it. This one's out of stock right now, but it's included in the set. Teal, Eulenspiegel, Reiner, Walton's Facade, Borden, Finlandia, awesome sounding. All of these are awesome sounding. Ballet music, the Sibelius, number 5. The Faust, this goes for like $1,000. This is an incredible sounding record. Great musically, sonically, very accessible. And the Albanese Iberia. These are the top 12 UK Deccas we did. Have a few sets left of that. These are the RCA's, the top 25, the first set. We only have less than 5 sets of these remaining. The top 25 RCAs we did that Ryan Smith at Sterling cut. The top 25 RCAs. We got less than 5 of these. Then we did a second set of RCAs. So we have the fewest of the RCA first set. We probably have less than 5 of the RCA first set. We have around 20 of the Prestige Stereo set. We have maybe a little over 20 of the UK Decca, and then we have the most of the RCA Living Stereo number 2. So, you know, so far, like I said, we did 100 Top Fantasy at 45, 1,000 of each. Those are all sold out. We did the Blue Note 1 and 2, which total 50 Blue Notes. Those are sold out. We did 25 Verve set. Those are sold out. We did 25 Impulse. Those are sold out. We did 25 Mono 33 Prestige. Those are sold out. The only thing left is the Stereo Prestige, a few of the RCA Living Stereo 33, a few more of the RCA Living Stereos that Decca did. This is a set of 12, and then more of the set 2 of the RCA. So I'm telling you what we have. If you didn't buy them before, you have a chance to buy them now. You know, I'm having so many people calling me that are so disappointed that are wanting these. It's starting to have a hard time feeling sorry for people, because a lot of the records that we have available, we've had for years. Like, we're just about out of Tea for the Tillerman, and I got a call, you know, why is the price increased? And it's like, well, you know, we've had it for 10 years and we only have a few left. So, you know, there's a lot of supply and demand going on. There's a lot of people that are buying. Actually, the secondary market are taking records that we have in print. They're in print right now, available for $35 a piece and $55 a piece on Acoustic Sounds website. And we see them on Discogs and websites all over the place where they're doubling the price of the doors, because everything is so hot right now. And then we repress and then we run out. And then we repress and we run out. And I mean, it's flattering to see that our records are going for double the money when we still have them in print. But, you know, so I always try to explain to people, whenever you see a new record come out, you got to buy it right away. You got to figure that record's out of print the day it comes out. If you want it, buy it. And buy it then. Because even if the record doesn't go out of print, it's going to take so long before it can go back on the press that even if it doesn't go up in value and you eventually buy it for the same retail price, it may be 6 months or a year. A good example is the Coltrane Love Supreme. We pressed a huge amount of them. They sold out right away, and it's been about 6 months before we can get them back on the press. And it took 4 months to get the jackets back in stock. So the vinyl world is just going crazy. So if you see something you want, I'd say buy it now. Anyway, we appreciate your support. We're gonna do more series. We got a lot of cool albums that are due to come out. So many things we're so excited we want to share with you, but we can't. We don't want to get people too excited, and then it takes so long before we will release these things. Anyway, lots of good news to come. We appreciate your support. Look forward to many things, many great things to come out later. Thank you. If you want to know about these things, you should subscribe to the Acoustic Sounds email subscription list. And if you just go to Acoustic Sounds website, subscribe to our email list, and we email once a week the latest, what either warehouse finds or the latest arrivals or what's due to come out, and all the interesting information that you need to know if you collect vinyl records. Anyway, we appreciate the support. I'm Chad Cassim at Acoustic Sounds. Thank you very much.